This is Legacy Solutions, and this tutorial will be on how to make input and output using a C program. First of all, a C program is a high-level programming language that can be used for various functions like writing operating systems and making complex calculations using the computer system. Now let's get started. In this tutorial, I'll be using Dev C++. There are other IDE or text editors which are Sublime Text, C, Notepad C, Notepad++, Notepad 2, and we also have Atom, but I'll be using Dev C++ for this tutorial. Now we start a new file. This blank page that you're seeing just shows that you have not opened any file yet, so you go with Ctrl N, or you can go to the long process of opening through here. Go to the file, open your source file, you see a blank page like this. Now, in the structure of the C program, you start with your hash include. That hash include is just a declaration of the library you want to use. The library is just like a container of different data stored in something like a dictionary. So we'll get started with that. We have hash include. Now in this program we'll be making use of only one library, which is the standard library, stdio.h. Now after you declare your library, what you do is to declare your functions below it. Here we'll be declaring the main function. For this program we are writing, we can declare several functions, but for this program we'll be declaring only the main function. After the main function, you write int main with brackets. After that bracket you have a curly braces. Now for us to make an output, we use the statement printf. For anything you write that you want to be shown on the screen in your printf statement, you enclose it in double quotation marks like this, and you can write something like hello and welcome. And you can use an escape sequence, which is \n. You'll be seeing more of this. This \n is just to move your cursor to the next line in your C program, and at the end of every statement you end with a semicolon. Before you can run your C program, you have to save it first. Use Ctrl S. You can also still go to the long process, go to your file, and all the rest. So you can save this as and before you save your C program, you have to save it with .c as an extension here. If you're using Dev C++ and you save just like that, you save it as a C++ program, which may lead to troubles later. So you can save. So now that you have saved your work, you can go ahead to compile your program and run. You can either compile first in case you are not too sure if your program is correct. You can compile and run both at the same time if you are sure it's correct. This is your compile log. As you can see, it has finished, and here is our output. Now if you want to take input from the user, we use what we call the scanf. It also makes use of double quotation marks, and as I said, every statement must end with a semicolon. It also makes use of double quotation marks. Inside of the double quotation marks, you have your identifiers. You signify what you want to collect from the user by either %d, %f, or %s or %c, depending on which data type we are talking about. Now here we are talking about integer data type, which is the int. Now to declare a variable, you start from the particular data type that the variable is. You start from there, you have your int, and then you go to the name of the integer, which is, let's use a, end it with a semicolon. Every single statement in a function must end with a semicolon. After you have written your %d inside your scanf function, you go outside the double quotation mark. Still inside the bracket, you use comma and the unary operator ampersand. This ampersand can also be called the address operator. It just takes you to the address of A, and whatever value it collects, it puts it into the address of A, and can easily make use of whatever is in your variable. Now after we have done this, you see that if we compile this program, after saving, compile this program and run it, there is a cursor below. If there was no \n here, this cursor would have been here. So now this scanf makes you, or it enables you to collect user input. Let's go ahead. So you go collecting a number from the person, and when we collect that number, we'll make use of it for something. Let's add another variable b, and let's add another kind of function. Okay, %d, comma, your ampersand and b. So after that, you can then have, let's say, an equation c equal to a plus b. At the end, you have your semicolon, and you save your work. This equal to here is not the normal equal to you know about. It stores any value it gets from the right hand side and puts it into the left hand side. So if you have c equal to a, it means any value the a has will be put into the left hand side, and then you can put out the input by using the printf function, double quotation mark. Here we use the %d, but for aesthetics you can say your answer is, and then we have our %d, which are the format specifiers, or let's say format tags. Then we have our we have our c, which is the answer we want to get here. If I put a here, the value of a gotten from the user will be printed as the answer instead. But then once you have this c outside here, it means any value that is gotten from the addition of these two will be what will be printed in place of this %d. So this %d is just the format specifier, just the format tag, or let's say the identifier. At the end of your statement, you have your semicolon as usual. So you can compile and see further. Here it says that C is undeclared. That means before you make anything in C language, you have to declare it, and you can get your program smoothly. So we can put 4, to ask again, and put 3. The answer is 7. Now this program is not yet, let's say it's not yet user friendly, so we'll go with printf again. We print out the message, let's say input first number. At the end you have your semicolon. Input your second number. At the end you have your semicolon again. Therefore it can make your work more user friendly, let's say interactive with the user. This for a program to compile and run. At some point it may take time depending on the speed of your system. And then you have your input your first number, you input 5, input your second number, input 6, your answer is 11. Now if you notice the space markers here, if you add some spaces here, it will print it including the spaces you give. But instead you can still use your escape sequence \n here. If we save this work, compile and run, you see there are no spaces in between them. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like.